Greetings, this is Rudolf of Germany, the tall white alien. Today I would like to speak about a topic which is in the press since yesterday all over the world and has been made into a very astronomical hype, which in reality it is not. The Panama Papers. Some whistleblower, as they say, has revealed the names of companies and individuals, it seems to be thousands of them, who have bank connections and created companies in Panama. In reality, pretty much everybody knows that there are offshore jurisdictions and thousands of companies and bank accounts who are maintained in these places. Why pushing this fact and why disclosing names at this time so shortly before the election in the United States? Let me tell you why. Of course, whenever you find some tax evading people in offshore jurisdiction, it's a profit to the state. And in this case, we talk about thousands of people. There will be billions probably on fines given to these people. And several countries will profit financially very much from it. Secondly, the laws can be tightened even further, and the already transparent citizen of this planet will even be more pressed to open up in any direction, particularly financially, to the state. Thirdly, certain individuals which are in the second and third and fourth tier of government and commerce, who are not very wanted anymore, who are probably not acting accordingly to the interests of the powerful first tier group, can be this way easily be discarded, punished, and will lose their influence in their particular field. All these 3 points could have been implemented a year ago, 5 years ago, or in 10 years. No problem at all, because the governments and particularly their secret services are well informed about offshore jurisdictions who, in many cases, have bank accounts there. All this is known and could have been publicized long ago. There is, and this is the fourth part, why it is being disclosed right now, done right now, because of the election in the United States in November. And this particularly aims at Donald Trump. First of all, there might be, in the course of investigating the Panama Papers, several individuals out of the vast amount of people Donald Trump knows, business-like and also privately, there might be some individuals, maybe even many, who have offshore companies and offshore bank accounts themselves. People who are connected to Donald Trump. How far they are connected to him is to be seen. But that would put a bad light on Donald Trump, who is a threat to existing individuals who are running the show in the United States and further out right now. So to put a bad light on his associates or friends, and who knows what else comes out of this connection, is a nice, great help to the powerful elite who want to get rid of him. But they also know that that will not be helping much to change the mind of people who are ready to vote for him. It will be a little help, and it is pleasant to know that they have a little tool to manage to damage him. But the fifth point of this disclosure of the Panama Papers is the essential point. The fifth point, which I will tell you right now, is the point where they try to break his neck. Donald Trump, as any other businessman, depends on the flow of money in order to finance his businesses, his ventures. He needs the money from banks, and he is a man who depends very largely on a very small amount of banks, mainly European banks, where he has his business connections with. And if the Donald Trump becomes really dangerous to the ruling class right now, they will use the revelations from the Panama Papers to incriminate particularly also these banks who are doing business with Donald Trump. They will make clear to them that their doing has been vastly criminal by helping corporations and individuals by setting up offshore bank accounts and managing some of the assets in them. They will make clear to them that this is vastly criminal and calls for a multi-billion-dollar punishment, as it has been done before with several banks in the past. But this time, the banks are in a rather weak position when it comes to their finances. So, to threaten a bank with a multi-billion-dollar punishment for dealing offshore, they have a tool in their hand to manipulate the outcome of the American elections. How? Well, very simple. They can address the bank and offer them a deal. Either you are stopping financing the business ventures of Donald Trump in the future and tighten the screw on his loan payments, so the man is getting into real financial stress. Or, if you don't, you will have to pay a very large fine, which might even bring your bank into bankruptcy. What is the choice of the bank? Of course, they rather let a good customer go than losing their business altogether. And this is the idea behind the disclosure of the Panama Papers at this point of time. Now imagine, what chance does Donald Trump have if it will be opened to him that either he will not run for presidency any longer or do something else, have a health issue, etc. There are many ways of stepping back from the candidacy of a president, or he will fall back with his payments or get no more credits and will be finally financially ruined. What choice can the man make? And this is, as you can see, a very vicious plan which will work. There is another possibility that they speak to Donald Trump directly and tell him, listen, Donald, you do what we tell you or your bank will not finance you any longer. One way or the other, this is the reason for the disclosure of the Panama Papers at this point of time. This was my message for today, Rudolf of Germany.